Well, welcome, fellow travelers. Your traveling buddy here. We're here in day 2 for the Science Festival at M.S.U. And today we're in East Lansing, right in M.S.U. at the chemistry building. I believe that's what it's called. And they're going to have lots of activities in there. So let's see what we can see. So here we are, travelers. We're at the Science Festival. Out front here, we got a big bus. Tech Rampant Transport. Sponsored by Dean's Transportation, Consumer Energy, Downer Foundation, Michigan State University. Here, this guy's out here with a telescope showing you the sun. You can look at the sun, they say. I'm going to try and see if I can record it. You see a red dot there, it's supposed to be the sun with the rays around it. I don't know if it turned out good. Check it out later.
It's kind of tough, but you might have got it.
Alright. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yep. Well, and here we have the bus. Inside the bus, we got all kinds of computers. They're teaching about the computer technology.
And do you have any for? So she's finishing first grade.
Kind of cramped in here. Got a bunch of computers.
Wait a second. Okay.
Computer technology and stuff.
And then are they all?
Probably how to make websites and.
I think so. Okay. There are a few that will be on
Very interesting.
So I think we need to change it to 4.
They have little robots.
It's just a lot of variety of what you can do.
Let's try it again. Let's see what happens.
It's like they were champions right there.
Probably about like 1 more minute.
Trash tech, we call it. Here we got a big model of the Earth. Oh, look, it actually spins too. There we are, way up there. Can't see. Maybe it turns around. There we go. Way right there. There we are. We're Michigan. Kind of interesting to see the Great Lakes. Lake Michigan, Lake Erie, Lake Superior.
So we've got 9 of the 10 Michigan meteorites here. The most you will, nobody has anywhere near what we've got as far as the meteorites go. And this is the one that fell in January in Livingston County.
Oh, you actually found
down
it.
There. So we've got a slice of it, and we've got a whole specimen coming next week for us.
That's the recent one that fell here in Michigan?
Yep, that's right. Yep. And this one here that's in the domed case is the main mass of the Kalkaska, Michigan meteorite. That's an iron meteorite. So if you pick up one of the irons that's on the table here, you can see how heavy and dense that is. Okay. From there, we've got a small piece of the moon. There, that's a lunar meteorite.
That's actually from the moon.
And we've got some samples of the Chelyabinsk meteorite that fell in 2013 in Russia.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see the size comparison of that meteor with a 747 or with the meteor that created the Arizona crater out there. This large one here is another one that fell in Russia, but at least they think it was a meteorite in 1908. So, but yeah. Even the stones are heavier than Earth rocks because they contain nickel iron in them. So, just like there, if you hold this one up to the light, you can see the crystals that are in it. We'll let this young lady hold it right up to the light, because those are space gems. So look, hold it up to the light, look right through it. Hold up to one of those bright lights over there. Can you see it? All those crystals. So you can come up.
Very interesting.
Take a look at the space rocks we've got.
It's got space
You won't
crystals
find
in it.
these in your driveway. Gonna take a look at this one right up into the.
So we have neon lamps, a neon lamp and a hydrogen lamp. It's called our spectroscopy station, I guess. And so if you look at the lamps through these diffraction gratings, you should be able to see the emission spectrum. And each element has a unique emission spectrum. And so the poster shows what it looks like in really, really nice conditions. It's kind of bright over here, and the lamps aren't very strong, so it's not going to look quite like the poster. But yeah, so if you just look through the diffraction grating, it diffracts the light, and so you can see the emission lines. And then if you take one of these, this is just this, but
The
smaller.
example.
I'm not sure if it's the same diffraction or lines per millimeter, but if you hold it up to your camera, it might make a rainbow for your image.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Thanks.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And I don't know if you're around on April 20th or 21st, but we're going to have public nights at the M.S.U Observatory, and we have a dark room with a couple different lamps, and we have the same sort of setup there.
Okay, thank you. Very interesting.
So Nathan, so they were saying is like.
Would you kids like to learn a little bit about space-time? Alright, I need a couple volunteers. Can you help me out? Alright, I need you all to hold the outside of this. You want help too? Come on around here. Alright. Okay. So, what this is representing is space-time in the universe, okay? And then we have our big ball here, that's the sun, and a little tiny ball here, that's the earth. You want to hold out your hand for me? Are you ready? Are you ready? How heavy is that? Yeah, right? Okay. Try this one. That's much lighter, right? So, this is representing the sun, and this is representing the earth. The sun is way more massive than the earth. So, when you put the sun in the universe, in space-time, it makes a big dip into space-time. Sometimes they call it a dimple. And things that create bigger dimples in space-time do that because they're more massive and they have more gravity. So like a black hole has even more gravity and even more mass than the sun does, but we just have a little sun for a demonstration here, okay?
So
when you take something that's less massive and you put it around something that is more massive, it gets pulled in because as you can see the fabric is getting stretched in towards something that's more massive, and so it'll make a little orbit. So we know the Earth orbits the sun, and the reason the Earth orbits the sun is because the sun has the dominant feature, big dip, in space-time, because it has much more gravity than the Earth.
basically just takes
So like if you tried to do the same thing with the sun, and watch what happens.
So this is just a tiny version of this.
Yeah, both end up instead. The Earth ends up orbiting anyway because the most massive thing with the most gravity is what dominates this little area of space. Does anyone want to try something
We
here?
have gravity.
Gotta give it a nice gentle push. Don't go too crazy. Alright, yeah, just like that. Or no one else want to try?
So we have a neon lamp and a hydrogen lamp. And if you look at the lens through the slit, through the grating, or just through the grating, that's you.
And this is very much.
Here we have an exhibit about the South Pole Station, Antarctica. Scientists traveling the South Pole work on ice cube Neutarian observatory or other research objects of the ambitious Scott South Pole Station. It's just this extreme cold ECW gear by the U.S. SRI program. The parka nicknamed Big Red is needed to deal with temperatures the average of 15 below Fahrenheit in midsummer. In December, January, then dip below 100 degrees Fahrenheit in the middle of the winter. Man, I couldn't do that. I hate cold as it is, and you imagine getting colder. There's the boots they had to wear. There's big mittens. That's crazy. Here we have a little dark room here. Shows all the scenes from the moon. Astronaut. Supposed to meet an astronaut sometime today. This is awesome. There's the Earth. Jupiter, Saturn. The black hole. Or is that the Milky Way? I'm not sure. Not an expert at this stuff, but I believe that's Mars. This is supposed to have some kind of show here. We'll find out what it is. Half moon. Some of the star count. I always wanted to get this telescope and kind of stargaze a little bit. This is pretty cool. Look at that view of Saturn. Not sure if that's from the moon or. Here we are in the theater. Got a big old screen on the ceiling. Looks like it's going to show constellations. Some kind of movie. Try to record as much as I can. It's kind of hard because you got to look up. I just got out of the show. That was pretty cool. If you ever get down here to the observatory down here at M.S.U, check it out. They might have that show. It was pretty cool. They wouldn't let me record in there. They told us to turn off cameras and phones and all that kind of stuff. It was kind of dark in there anyway, so the other thing, it was kind of, you had to look up a lot, so couldn't really record. So, but yeah, if you ever get down here, check it out. It's pretty cool. Here we have a little model of one of the original spaceships that possibly went to the moon.
Are you afraid?
walking around here, I just realized they have a big model of the moon up here. Walked underneath it several times. I don't know how I missed it. It's pretty cool. There's another smaller globe of the Earth rotating around in a box. Those kind of globes I remember in high school and elementary and all that. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. What we got here?
We have got two different types of arteries. We've got one that's healthy on this side, and we've got one that is diseased over here. And this is called atherosclerosis. So your arteries can be damaged when we smoke or if we eat poorly. And there's a buildup of fat on the sides of our arteries, making it really hard for blood to flow. Whereas with this one, we've got easy blood flow going through. No problem. So you can feel the two differences between the hearts. So this is a normal, healthy heart. If you can squeeze that, and there's no blockages there. And then this heart, you can feel how hard it's got to work to get through. We've got that fatty deposit.
Oh yeah, much harder.
Feel that difference? Yeah. So we always want to make sure that we're eating right, making sure we don't eat a lot of cholesterol. That's the biggest thing that does it.
Yeah, it's hard to do here in America.
It is. It's all the fast food that we've got it here. All the fast food. It's really easy.
Guilty. Guilty.
I mean, you only have an hour lunch break. You got to go fast.
Right.
You know, and
plus that, I ain't gonna deny. My doctor tells me about eating healthier all the time. I walk in the organic section and stuff like that. I walk out going, how?
I know.
Expensive. I'm like, why is it so expensive? That's crazy.
It's really tricky.
They want you to eat healthier, but they don't want to. They want to pay for it.
It's hard to mass produce organic foods.
Right. It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. So,
But
yeah.
thank you.
Feeling how blood flows from your heart throughout your body.
So
it's just, did you go to the pig station?
What's that?
Did you look at the pig hearts?
No, I haven't got there yet.
Yeah. So this is similar over there. It just shows you how blood moves throughout your heart. So it's showing you like your right atrium, which is up here, your left atrium, and how blood comes out. So it comes out of your left ventricle down here.
And this one,
Right there.
this is
Comes out and then it goes to either your legs or up to your head and your arms, and then it comes out of your right ventricle, goes to your lungs, comes back to your lungs, goes in your right atrium, or your left atrium, to your left ventricle, and back. And then we have a stethoscope if you want to listen to your heart.
All right.
If you want to try. All right, so you can put this in your ears.
We got some pig hearts.
Pig hearts.
Yep. Have you gone over the anatomy of the heart?
A little bit. I'm a hemophiliac, so I've learned a little bit about,
Okay.
the body a little bit through the years. And
Yeah, you can kind of see the 4 chambers here, 2 ventricles and the 2 atrium.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see some vessels and everything.
You want to see the
yeah,
blood
they're close to a human heart, aren't they?
Yep, they've got the 4
Yeah.
chambers, they've got the same like aorta, same structure kind of thing. They're just big.
Yeah, this is your right atria. This is
there.
where blood flows into.
You want to hold a heart?
And this is your right ventricle here.
Real heart, you got to put some gloves
Blood
on.
flows through the tricuspid valve. You can see my finger going through here.
Right.
These structures here are your chordae tendineae.
These are pig
They're
hearts.
connected to the valves, your tricuspid valves, so that when the right ventricle contracts, it pulls on those valves shut so that you don't get backflow into your atrium. And from there, the right ventricle contracts and it shoots blood towards your lungs to get oxygenated. Comes back into your left atrium. Another
Look, your thumb's
chamber.
over here.
Then that goes into your left ventricle. See how much thicker this heart wall is compared to your right ventricle? That's just because you got this side of the heart, you're pumping blood to the rest of your body, whereas this, you're pumping blood to your lungs. It's pretty close, so it doesn't have to contract as hard.
I know, they're pretty hard.
this on this heart, we got a pretty good left anterior descending artery. This is also called a widowmaker. This is when
he had a heart attack.
oftentimes, when you get a heart attack, this gets fatty plaque buildup in there and blocks flow because this feeds your left ventricle and your interventricular septum. So it's pretty bad news when you get that clogged up.
So eat healthier, people. Try to eat healthier.
And exercise. Don't sit around all day.
Thank you very much. Here we have a Tesla coil, isn't it?
This is a Van de Graaff generator.
Oh, it's not a Tesla coil. I thought it was a Tesla coil.
Yep. Or we can demonstrate static electricity.
Static electricity?
Yeah.
Shows how much I know about science. Wow, look at that.
Yep, static electricity, it pulls it away.
Same way, every time you get something out of the dryer.
You can do some hands, put them on, and the same thing will happen. They'll be repelled, just like verticals.
Ooh. There you go.
Do you want to use this?
Pick them up.
Hold the button down.
Put them on the table.
Thank you.
And then once it starts to lift off, try and get it up into
There's some places they got that where you can put your hair raises up.
and then you can try and make it fluffy. There you go.
I've seen some museums where they got those in.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Try to limit it for that.
See, here simulates pollution that goes into our ground and water. So all these tycoons out here that are polluting our waters. It's good though that they're actually taking more care to stop these people. There's still some out there. She's alright.
But I agree, it is very good.
And here we have the Howell Nature Center. Teaching all about animals. Oh, look at there. I actually got a hawk.
They're pretty used to people, so.
Look how beautiful that is. That is a beautiful bird.
Alright.
So then in exchange for free rewards, snacks, and strawberries you can eat, they do programs. I think she already did it.
So is it open to the public or?
My marker seems to be dying.
Heading star on there. Little zoo. You should definitely come on out. In addition to our little
wing.
zoo, we have an amazing playground that I could spend all day in.
Fur
if you let
pelt.
me. It's all about nature place, and it has a giant tree house. It has little streams, so like people like to bring their bathing, like the kids like to bring their bathing suits.
See the big giant teeth on there? Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
So we actually have two beavers that live at the
Wanna
nature
try and
center
get out
with
there this
us.
summer?
So if you wanted to, you guys
So
could
down
come
here at
visit
the
us.
bottom, you'll see our website, and you'll also see our special events.
So if you like animals, we have about 65 animals that live at the nature center with us.
Get out back there.
We don't have any snakes.
Nope. What did I just say?
At least not right now.
Thank you.
That is from a great horned owl.
Sorry.
Great horned owls are pretty good sized birds.
What do we get? Oh, he's a turtle. Is it a turtle? Yeah, he's a turtle right there.
Eastern box turtle.
Eastern box turtle.
He's with us because
He's just kind of hiding right now.
someone kept him illegally as a pet.
So they're pretty big birds. And they're actually the only natural predator on skunks.
Rufus behind me, I don't know if Steph already told you, he's a red-tailed hawk, and he's with us because he is missing, or he's blind in his left
So they
eye.
don't really
Oh,
care
he's
if
blind in his
skunks
left eye. Poor guy.
Not hunt. They found him at 8 weeks old, starving.
without making noise.
We
Well, at
feed
least
him
he's
dead mice.
being well taken
And
care
dead
of.
mice, yep. So, if a dead rat, he's allowed to miss it a couple of times trying to catch it, because it's not going anywhere. want to touch this.
What
do we have here?
We are the Berg Lake Banding Station, and what we do is we trap and we take data from birds and then we release them into the wild. So yeah, the way we do that is, so we have these nets out in our banding station, and the birds, they can't see the nets because they're so thin, and basically what happens is they just kind of fly right along, and then they kind of fall into this pocket and they just drop down there, and then a field technician like me, we come by and we take that bird out really carefully, and we put it in one of these bags like this, where it's nice and dark and it's soft, and they are nice and calm in there. We close it up, and then we usually have like a clothespin or something. We clip it to our shirt so that if we have multiple birds on our net run, we don't have like a a bunch of handfuls of birds. We do it in the safest way possible, and then we bring them back to the banding station. We hand it off to the bander, and they collect all of the data that we need. They band it, and then they release it. So yeah, we
Keep track of the birds.
Yeah, absolutely. We also do a lot of other things. We provide a lot of opportunities for interns from Michigan State and other students to come and learn about field techniques, and we have a lot of outreach classes. We love having elementary school classes come out and learn about birds. We actually let the kids release the birds sometimes, so like they actually get that like hands-on connection with nature, which is really, it's an amazing way for like kids to be like, oh my gosh, birds are so cool, because they're so underrated sometimes. You know, you see a bird and you're just like, oh, that's a bird, but like we have caught 200 species of birds. So that's just, it's a phenomenal, it's a really phenomenal thing to think about. And we also do a lot of research stuff. So like you look down there, we have some of those fecal sample papers that we're looking at what the birds are eating, whether they're eating native or exotic fruits, and what types of things they're getting in their diet. The native fruits are higher in fats and antioxidants, and things that we really want them to migrate with. So we love seeing fat birds, because we know that bird is going to do really well in migration. So yeah.
You say this is in Bath?
Yep, it's in Bath. It's free. We are open tracking just spring and fall migration, so we're not open all the time, unfortunately. But we'll be open in May, and then we'll be open from August to October as well.
Okay, thank you. We have a photo and information about Albert Einstein, the smartest man in the world. Well, actually, until Stephen Hawking, which he just died. And I remember they dissected his brain when he died. Einstein died. I wonder if they're going to do that with Hawkins. Here we have our local zoo in here in Lansing. It's called Potter Park Zoo. They're here with some exhibits, some skulls of some animals. Tiger pellets.
The farmers used to think that the milk snakes took their milk. This is a rat.
Snake pellet.
Yep, and here's a rat.
Oh, he's got a rat in there.
He's busy cleaning himself right now.
I actually used to own a rat.
Yep.
And they're actually very good pets, believe it or not. People think they're gross, but they're actually good pets.
No, they're excellent. This is just like the one you get at a pet store. This isn't a wild one. There is a difference.
I had an albino one. Oh, he's got a snake here.
That's our rules for at the zoo. Anytime we touch an animal, we have to say no. Use one finger. Now, I want you to do something. Look at your fingernails. Touch your fingernails. Look at them. See how smooth and dry and shiny they are? If you touch the snake again, you're going to find out it feels exactly the same. No, not yet. Don't you touch the snake again. Because the scales on the snake are made out of the same stuff as your fingernails. Something called keratin. Your hair is made out of the same stuff. Why?
It's just the tail.
Just touch the tail. You can touch right down by the tail. Just touch the end of the tail.
So usually when
And sanitize. Just one finger for touching. You can touch again. What? No, this is live. See his tongue sticking out?
What kind of snake is that?
It's called a Sinaloan milk snake found
Milk
in northern
snake?
Mexico. And it uses the bright colors to mimic the colors of a venomous snake called the coral snake. So, and the coral snake, instead of red, black, yellow, it would be red, yellow, black.
Right.
And a coral snake doesn't get this large either.
Right.
Want to touch?
Well, we had a little excitement here. We had to evacuate the building because the fire alarms are going off. I think it's because of the they're doing chemistry and stuff like that in there. So everybody has to come outside, stand out in the cold. Science isn't perfect. We're standing outside here waiting to be left back in the building, and then they had a solar car out here.
There you go, Greg. And the hour.
All about solar power.
DC motors class. Yeah, so that's why we have these big coils in here to get a lot of current.
Here we got kids learning about virtual reality, computers and virtual reality systems. Virtual reality's come a long way in the last couple of years.
When I did virtual reality, you had to use drugs. You been through?
Weird that you even got roller coasters now where you virtual reality.
I can't do this because I get sick because my brain knows it's not real.
Everything in the middle table goes.
It's all about 3D printing. It's big nowadays. Everything's almost 3D printing. Look at that.
Turkey's the only robot. And it's done.
I made a big Spartan symbol. Sorry.
Removed it.
Excuse me?
And I probably shouldn't have removed something.
Here we have archaeologists that dig in the dirt and find things from history. Got bones here.
Well, you can actually be
Artifacts.
an artist that does drawings of stuff. So sometimes if there's like a projectile point from a prehistoric site,
All these things
or
that are dug up
if
from
we
the
needed someone to
ground.
draw one of these artifacts for a report or a publication, there are people who are technical artists who do those drawings. Or like for my stuff, when I'm looking at health and disease in the past, sometimes we might look at artwork or brochures and pamphlets and things from the past to understand.
Earlier we learned about the heart, now we learned about the brain.
Because there are people
What's your brain looks like.
about learning, and if that's what they do, that's fine.
Yep, and then we're here now and helping other people learn.
The whole is because it was just maybe just happened.
The cortex is frontal cortex.
Or the cerebral cortex overall, like the whole thing and then the front end. This is like the frontal, and then like it'll be like the parietal and the temporal, and then the back is
Over here, there's glowing bacteria. See if it glows. Looks like it don't look like it's glowing too good. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you can see it very well. That's glowing a little bit.
Off the bone, and then dogs will sometimes try and bring
Here
you
we're
in and
learning
get to
about animal.
These guys can actually eat the bone itself. So they are very specialized. Not many animals can do this.
It says that this one would eat desert melon. Which teeth would they use to eat that?
They probably just crunch it up. So most vegetable matter is like our molars in the back of our mouths, the kind of flat teeth. They don't really have that.
Told to tell me it's black.
Yeah. Let's see.
Why do we study hyenas? Because they're very interesting and kind of unusual animals. So they're
Like diversity line right there. But his head is facing.
Want to pet this one? And the other one is a little island called New Caledonia.
So you have to keep them pretty warm?
These guys have a heat lamp.
Okay.
New Caledonia is actually kind of temperate rainforest, so they do
Okay.
fine at room temperature.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Just like you keep the area where they live moist?
Yeah, so his cage has a mister. Yep. And so if you look at their eyes, do you know any other animals that have eyes like that?
No.
Snakes?
Snakes. What else? Frogs. What else?
Okay.
Goats have a square pupil. It's weird also, but it's different. Cats do. Right?
Oh yeah.
So what time of day crocodiles and alligators do? So what time of day are frogs, snakes, cats, and crocodiles? Nighttime. So these eyes are really good for being nocturnal.
That's awesome.
So even though they're desert or temperate species, they operate at night, so they have to be able to deal with lower temperatures.
Is that
Most geckos are not. Most geckos are nocturnal. Most lizards are diurnal. They're active during the day.
Right here we have this lady here that dives down to shipwrecks.
Have you been on the mascot yet? Yeah. Okay.
Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary.
Thank you guys for coming. Yeah, you're welcome.
Right here, I guess we call it a star projector. Like a giant telescope. I take it. Here we have a statue of Nikola Tesla, a man that was in constant battle with Edison, who we now know nowadays was pretty much a thief. He didn't really create much of anything. He just took credit for everybody else's inventions, except for Tesla. Now, actually, all our power exists because of him. And Edison even went to extremes to try and shut down his idea by electrocuting an elephant with his electricity, so people would go for his electricity instead of Tesla's. Well, that had failed for him. Here we're learning all about nursing in the medical field.
The cuff is hooked up to the monitor here. So instead of pumping it up ourselves, the computer does it. And then we see that her blood pressure is 61/39, which for a baby is okay, but for adults it's pretty low, right? So, did you know that babies have a soft spot in their head? Because if you can feel up here,
We have the products, we have the radio.
exactly, but in babies, we want to feel up
This
here,
one have a break.
or we feel on their arm right here. Whereas for you or I, we might feel here.
But this one
We're going to do it on the inside of their arm.
This is the manicure.
If you want to touch it right here. Feel that? So yeah, things are a little bit different with the baby. We get to practice on the doll. Do you guys have any questions?
No, he doesn't have a
He has a mouth. His eyes
His
just
chest
blink.
and his heart.
His heart is like 99 beats per minute, which is really, really fast.
How fast is it normal?
It's supposed to be between 55 and 90 or 60 and 100. So like anything over 100, he's having tachycardia. So we usually try to get somebody in here to try to figure it out. That's what we call the doctor in. We try to see what medications the patient's on to try to get his heart rate down. Because 99 is really high.
Okay, travelers, that's it for me for now. Been all through the expo. It was a great time. But I'll be back about 4 o'clock. There's supposed to be an astronaut that's supposed to be here at 4, and I definitely want to see that. And I'll jump in and try to vlog that. All right, till next time. See you around the mitten.